Well, first of all, we need to understand that we are breaking new ground. This has never happened in Gibraltar before. It's the first time that legislation comes into effect. The law was unanimously approved by Parliament as a whole. And a mechanism, an administrative mechanism, is now put in place to allow people to request information. Because we want to move cautiously and we want to make sure there is a carefully managed approach, we want to make the first step that somebody has to do is to connect to the government's online portal. They will find in the e-services section that there is now an area which refers specifically to the Freedom of Information Act. There they will be asked to prove their age. Persons over 18 would be entitled under the law to request information, and to prove their residence. You have to be a resident of Gibraltar. So essentially it means an ID card and a utility bill. Then you select the department that you want to question. We started the process with three: the National Archives, the Human Resources Department, and the Department of Education. And then you enter your question. So that is how the process, which is available electronically, is going to work, and it would allow people to ask for information from those specific departments.
So what kind of information can people request? Presumably nothing involving state secrets or anything that has repercussions on national security.
Well, really, it's open to people to ask whatever it is that they want to ask. Then, once a question comes in, that is assessed by the department in question. The department will take a view. They will either supply the information. They have a month in which to do that. They supply the information, or they may decide not to supply the information, in which case the applicant then has the choice of requesting that they reassess their decision. If that decision is again not favourable to the person seeking the information, they can then go to the Information Commissioner, which is the Gibraltar regulatory authority under the Act, and ask him to intervene and to look at the circumstances of the case. And there's also a third layer which is provided by the Supreme Court. So there are actually three layers of protection. If you're told no, you can actually ask the department to look into it again. You can appeal to the Information Commissioner, or you can go to the Supreme Court.
What safeguards are there in place to prevent political interference in the process? For example, politicians who might not want certain information to be distributed because it's politically sensitive to them. What safeguards are in place to prevent that happening?
Well, the system is not designed to allow politicians a say. In other words, this is administered by the civil service, by the public administration. The Gibraltar Regulatory Authority has provided a series of courses to the three departments that are kicking off with the pilot project. More courses will be provided to new departments who will be added onto the list as time goes by. But as I said, this is administered by the public servants. It's assessed by the Information Commissioner, and then there's also the additional level of protection provided by the Supreme Court. And in addition to this, the law provides for the Information Commissioner to produce a report to Parliament every year on how the Act is working. So we made it very clear from the very beginning, the Act will not be set in stone. There will be things which we need to learn from as we go along. Bear in mind that Tony Blair described this as one of the biggest mistakes of his career, introducing freedom of information in the United Kingdom. So you want to make sure we don't repeat those mistakes. We want to learn from them, and that is why we're taking a cautious, a measured, and a balanced approach.